I really used to hate facial hair. Then it grew on me.
Man.
Go ahead, sing me. I'm ready.
Yeah, you got a flavor saver.
Oh my
You want me to
gosh.
ride it? You want me to oil it, moisturize
Jesus.
it,
Yeah,
ride the
set myself up for
mustache?
this.
Yeah. Hey, will you give me my favorite necklace?
I'm about to step in it, but aren't you wearing it right now?
No, your right hand.
Oh my gosh, honey, it gets so much worse. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Appropriately Inappropriate with Tara and Brian. We let our listeners know at the end of our last episode that we would be talking about the other man who lives in our house. You want to start?
Yeah, during the pandemic, we had a man move into our house. His name is Rick. Rick has been with us for 5 years now. So, yeah, we should have had an anniversary. He's not the greatest guy in the world. He's got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, he leaves food wrappers around, Coke Zero cans everywhere throughout the house. He puts his dishes next to the sink instead of in the sink. He also forgets to pay bills or call companies to end subscriptions. He leaves dirty dishes all around the house. Puts his laundry next to the hamper, not in the hamper, scatters the kids' toys in their room. Like, he's just a slob. We live with a slob, and his name is Rick.
Yeah, one of his favorite places to leave dirty dishes, I've discovered, is in our master bedroom behind the TV. He also leaves cabinets open.
Yep.
He's a huge slob.
So Rick's actually an imaginary person that we started calling out in 2020. It was me, Brian, 2 kids, and then later that year we brought in our baby, and we were cramped. We were just getting on each other's nerves, and so I don't know how it came up. Either you or I brought it up, but he was going to be the person that we blame all of the issues on instead of blaming the other. So instead of me going to Brian and be like, Brian, why on earth did you leave this dish next to the sink instead of putting it in the sink? We'd just be like, Rick just left that dish next to the sink. Isn't that annoying? He always does that. Or when I forgot to pay a bill, I'm like, honey, Rick didn't pay that bill. Isn't that ridiculous? Why didn't he do that? He's such an asshole.
Rick's our scapegoat. So if you look at our lives back then, I was going to the office every day. You were going to work every day. And then all of a sudden, we're just all thrown in the house so we can't leave to go anywhere. Rick kind of became our buffer. He's done a bunch of stuff this week, too.
Right.
He's still around.
We named him after Walking Dead's Rick Grimes because he's this character that is super annoying and always does something that should get him killed, but for whatever reason, he's still alive seasons later. So that's what we named Rick after. I sometimes use it with the kids too. Like, Rick just left your toys all over the floor of your room. We got to help him. He's not getting this done.
Yeah, our 2 older ones, they get it. Our 4-year-old's probably like thinking, who the heck is this guy? I see playing with my toys.
Is that my other daddy? Today we're interviewing JAMISHIO. He's a viral TikTok star and upcoming Instagram sensation who has shaped current cringe content. So JAMISHIO, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You've been called a shaper of cringe content. So first off, how do you define cringe?
To me, I feel like cringe is an embarrassment or a reaction to awkwardness or something embarrassing, and maybe even having a physical, visceral reaction to it.
How do you know what you're going to create is cringe content?
I kind of have it in my head. If I was scrolling TikTok and I saw this, what would my reaction to this be? Like, if I cringe to myself, I think that I did it perfectly there.
Okay.
So when you're creating your content, what are some of the things that you're thinking about that makes like a really good viral cringe content?
Yeah, so I think as long as I make it seem realistic and it's not an act and the words I'm saying kind of relatable to, I wear the creeper sweatshirt and I post videos about Discord. Everyone really knows about those 2 things. I can't make it too cringe. I can't make people actually swipe away because it's that bad. There's an art form to it.
That makes sense, actually. It does.
Yeah, no, I've definitely made content that is way too cringe where it didn't do well because people can't stand to watch it. So I've had to perfect it.
So you're perfecting the can't look away kind of cringe.
Yeah, you have to watch like a car crash.
Do you consider yourself cringe? Or maybe some of the characters you create? So maybe share with us a little bit about the different characters that you create and maybe if you yourself are cringe or they're cringe?
The characters I create are very cringe, and I honestly think of them just from actual daily interactions of people I talk to. I'm not actually making fun of them, but I try to dramatize it to make it a little out of this world. So yeah, I would say my characters are very cringe. And I think I am cringe too. I think everyone is. I think the sooner you realize it, the happier you'll be if you can just be yourself.
I'm going to age myself. Cringe wasn't a thing until, I don't know, for me, a few years ago. Like I started hearing cringe, but I mean, it makes absolute sense. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're right. Like this is very cringe. We get a lot of interesting DMs regarding our content. What's one of the most unhinged DMs or comments that you've received doing cringe content?
I get the worst of slurs, death threats, like just awful, like the worst things you can imagine. I really don't know what to say to these people. I think media literacy is at an all-time low to where they're watching my content and they're like, hey, let's go DM this person death threats real quick because their video pissed me off.
I don't think we've ever gotten death threats, have we?
I have. I have personally, not since we started doing comedy content. Before Brian and I were doing comedy content together, I was doing relationship coaching or advice. And so trying to help people have better or healthier relationships. And I would make so many people really mad at me for suggesting, for example, that men should help out around the home because Brian's my partner. He does laundry. He does raise our children because they're his kids too.
Yeah.
But certain topics that I've brought up have definitely upset audience. Most of our comments or DMs now that are over the top are usually sexual in relation to Brian. Brian gets a lot. And honestly, I'd prefer it be directed at Brian than me. Like I read all the comments so that, I will read them. I'll share them with Brian. And I'd rather they not be directed at me. But yeah, it's sad to see that you're getting that. That's not fun.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think you got to have thick skin when you do social media. People behind the screen fire things off. They don't know the impact that it can have on people. I'm curious. So when you started out, did you always just say, I'm going to do cringe, or did it kind of evolve to this?
I didn't start off making cringe videos. I started just posting TikTok trends initially blow up. And then I kind of thought to myself, like, I need an actual thing to post, a niche that isn't like trends. So then I post like Discord mod POVs, and like everyone would just say, oh my God, this is so cringe. There's no way. This is an act. This is so bad. And I'm like, you know what? People are reacting to it in a funny way. I'm going to just keep doing it.
And you probably get those people that they keep coming back because they want to see what you're going to do next.
Yeah, exactly. And like, they want to know like if it's actually the real me or if I'm just joking in my videos. All my videos are the same exact thing. They're going to think it's actually me. Yes.
So you have several characters. Like you have the girl who's a kitty cat, or I assume it was a girl. Maybe it's not. You have a kitty cat, and then you have some other characters that I was seeing that are just kind of different. Do you have a character that you feel like is more like yourself than the other characters?
Yeah, I think this one character I made named Freezer Carrots. I got that name from an old username I used when I was like 10. Freezer Carrots. I use them to be kind of outlandish, but very similar to myself or like my past life.
Do you feel like you do a character even when you're yourself?
Definitely, like, ironically. I'll say things I say in my TikToks in real life. It's kind of real, but not really. I'm not actually acting like these people, but I'm just saying the things they would say.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I feel like that would be kind of hard to maybe separate after a while, especially if you've been doing these characters for years. Yeah, you've been doing them for years. So our thing is pickup lines. So what might be your go-to pickup line?
My favorite pickup line is a Minecraft one, which is, are you a redstone torch because you turned me on?
Oh.
Minecraft, yeah.
Our son is super into Minecraft. I don't think I could do the turn me on thing with him. That would be creepy. But I have done Roblox lines with him before. They weren't like pickup. They were more like spend time with your mother kind of jokes.
That's funny.
Tell our followers, where can they find you at? So if they want to track you down, see your content.
Yeah, so my username is JAMISHIO on every social, and my main socials is TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Thanks so much, JAMISHIO. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep,
yeah, thanks for having me.
Do I or you remember the first time I horrified you and what made us decide to go public with them?
I don't know if it was horrifying back then as much as it was shocking. The horrifying part is when the camera and the light comes out, because I know other people are going to watch this. And that's the horrifying part, is people are going to see me. It was like really early on in our relationship. Something horrified me.
Yeah.
Those baby jokes you do. Oh my gosh, I hate those things. Those things are awful.
That was the first time I had horrified you before the camera.
Those are horrifying jokes. I don't want to hear them anymore. Oh, just stop.
Yeah, when I was in high school, dead baby jokes were really, I don't want to say like popular, but my friends and I, that's the jokes that we would tell each other. So an example of a dead baby joke would be like, how do you get a dead baby into a bowl? Well, a blender. How do you get a dead baby out of a bowl? Chips.
No.
They're terrible jokes. And now that I am an adult, especially an adult that has had children.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I'm not thinking realistically what a dead baby might be. And I have some way more awful ones than those. I still have them memorized.
They're horrible. They're horrible. So there was something that you horrified me with. Yeah, that was probably the first thing.
Yeah. But what made us decide to go public with these? I've talked about this a few times in the past. I was a Latin teacher for 12 years, and then I was a relationship coach and a relationship advice blogger. And I was helping people get out of toxic, unhealthy relationships, learn healthy relationship skills. I was creating content around that theme. I also was a co-host for a podcast called Breaking Free from Narcissistic Abuse, which is a fantastic podcast. If you have issues with that, I highly recommend it. But all of the stuff I was doing was extremely emotionally heavy. I was constantly hearing stories of people going through extreme trauma, and I was so glad to be helping them, but it was really heavy, dark stuff. And in December of 2023, I just needed a little break. I just needed to do something more lighthearted. And so I asked Brian, I was like, hey, I'd like to film some content. Could I do some jokes like I do around the house on you for a video? We did it, and then it just proceeded to take off. And that's what we do together now, which is hilarious. That's how it started.
Yeah.
What is the worst pickup line I've ever told you?
Oh, anything that involves my backside. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nice butt. What time is it open?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, coffee or energy drinks?
Oh, coffee. Absolutely coffee.
I'm a coffee snob. I only drink Cafe Bustelo, which is like a Cuban espresso, and we have like an espresso. I am a snob, okay? If I have to, I will drink terrible hotel or gas station coffee. I don't care. I just have to drink it black. I like it as bitter as my soul. And if we're doing road trips, we both do energy drinks.
We do. But that's for if we're driving at night, we're worried about the kids being in the car and we want to make sure we're absolutely alert. But I mean, in the morning, I have to have a cup of coffee to get going. If I don't have a cup, I'm dragging.
And then you drink Coke Zero throughout the day. You drink it as like water.
Yes, I need to get away from it. I have a horrible Coke Zero habit. Notice I said Coke Zero habit, not I have a horrible Coke habit.
All right. So this question's directed to you, Brian. Do you ever drop risque pickup lines on me?
I guess that would be directed more towards you. I mean, there's certain things I say to you that I'm not going to share with everybody that you definitely know. Hey, are you interested?
Something I've learned about Brian over the years that we've been together is that it is better to be very direct. So our pickup lines are very much jokes. Like I do them all the time, and I do them when there's no chance of us having sex at all. I just drop them. And Brian he'll say like little flirty things, but they're not quite outright pickup lines. So our pickup lines don't necessarily transition into actual sex. So when I am wanting to initiate actual sex, I'm usually like, do you want to bang?
Jesus, honey.
Do you want to, like, I got to be very, very direct. It's not a joke. It's clear that this is what is happening. And Brian does the same thing. He is direct because we both learned that it's just better to be really clear about what's happening here.
Okay, when you have 3 young kids in the house, okay, that is a factor in our home. Mm-hmm. So there are times that you will say something and I'll be like, later, implying when these children go to bed and they're away from us.
Yeah, like when we're flirty.
Yeah.
I think that's something that not enough people talk about, is that like sex isn't just when you're naked in the bed penetrating. Sex is so much more than that. I feel like we have a very healthy sex life because we do that flirty, sexy stuff over text and in person. He touches my butt when he walks by. Yeah. I'll get some gropes in there throughout the day.
We are a very affectionate family. And I mean, honestly, like hugging you, kissing you in front of the kids, I think it's important for the kids to see that kind of stuff, to know, hey, oh, they're in love. Now, there's a line there. Absolutely, they're children.
Yeah, I'm not shoving my tongue in your mouth in front of my children.
But I mean, we're just affectionate. So like me walking behind you and like grabbing your butt, like that's just part of who we are.
The next one, how often do we have sex?
It's 2025, April. So every 6 months. So I think next
Shut
time...
up. Shut up.
I
feel like it's not enough. I feel like it's not enough. I would love it to be more, just because we have kids and really busy lives and we're tired. Like, if it was enough, we'd be having sex every day. Do we have time or energy to have sex every day? Absolutely not. When we were early on dating, yeah, of course. Like first off, we were like in a new relationship. Second off, we didn't have as many responsibilities as we have today.
We've added a whole new person who's with us all the time.
Right. And doesn't love to sleep.
Yeah. I would say this: multiple times a week. Are there times we may have every intention, and then as it gets later in the night and our youngest is still ball of energy going like the Energizer Bunny, and we're just like, okay, not happening tonight. We're satisfied in that area, but I mean, I'm with you. Like, it could be more, and we'll get to that point as our children get older.
Yeah. We're just at the stage in our life when there's just too many responsibilities, but we really try to prioritize it and make sure it happens. If one of us has to give a rain check, we really try to actively do it again. We also find that it's a stress reliever for us both. So if Brian particularly is really stressed out, I put it on my to-do list. Like, Brian,
that makes me feel great.
Brian needs his balls drained. I think that's, for a lot of people, like, sex is a great stress reliever. And if I notice that you're super stressed, I'm going to make more of an effort to make sure I have enough energy and time for you to make that happen.
That makes sense. And we are very at the opposite of the spectrum. You are a night owl through and through. Like, I think you get energized when it gets dark. I am a early bird. I would rather get up at 4 a.m. and go to bed every night by 9 p.m.
But you also don't love morning sex.
It depends. So if I take a sleeping pill and I have that really groggy head, I get into it. Like, it just takes a little bit of time.
So this segues good into our next line is, do my pickup lines ever work, Brian?
They might not work immediately, but
yeah, I mean... they work. They just maybe a slow burn.
They plant seeds.
Just like you plant seeds in me.
Oh my gosh. I knew when I said seeds, it was coming to zing me.
Next episode, we'll be talking about single versus married life. Make sure to subscribe, download, like, and follow. If you like this podcast, also make sure to write a review. If you have a comment, story, or question, DM us on Instagram or comment. Follow us too at TaraBlairball on Instagram and TikTok, or at Tara.Blairball on YouTube. Our full video episodes are also up on YouTube. We also offer bonus episodes 3 to 4 times a month for our paid subscribers on Spotify. So check out our show notes for that. Until next time, keep it inappropriate.
And happy hump day.